What makes your vision for your business just so unique? I mean, because of course, we love that it's Southern food, but it's fancy Southern food.
It's elegant Southern food. Well, I think that a lot of it is the way I look at things. Mm-hmm. And when I show up at a party, people will say, "Oh, you're here." Well, of course I'm there, you know, because I'm the front of the house and my wonderful staff in the back. Not that I don't have to jump online sometime and help cook or help do something. But pretty much I feel like I'm just the face of a really good business.
Well, I'm sure that attention to detail too is why you're still surviving in this industry, because through the years things have changed so much when it comes to special events and sit-down dinners, and you're still more than relevant. You are still leading the way, which is awesome.
I am leading the way. So everybody asks me why I don't retire, and I'll say, because I'm having a good time.
Exactly. I know you mentioned those crab cakes. What else are your signature dishes that you're most well known for?
Tomato sandwiches, fried oysters, and Parmesan cheese rounds, which are my most successful passable that I invented.
So I wanted to brag on you a little bit about, you know, how this company and its reputation and its great food and the wonderful service has taken you to probably higher heights than you ever imagined. You mentioned being invited to prepare a meal at the James Beard House, which we all know, even as lay people, that is a huge honor. How did that come about?
I just got a call and they
that
wanted
reputation.
me to, yeah, and actually it was like a Mother's Day afternoon tea. I really do think I was the first caterer to ever be asked to do that. And I think it was, you know, when my book came out and somebody noticed.
So also, a lot of celebrities have called on you to actually make their special occasion even perfect. Some of them we need to brag a little bit about. I saw a list of Tom Hanks, Clint Eastwood, Paula Deen, Martha Stewart, and the list goes on and on.
You know, I do a lot of work for SCAD, and they have really famous people come for the fashion show and for the film festival. But out of all the people, Tom Hanks was my favorite when he was here making Forrest Gump, and his assistant called me and said, "Do you know if you can get a yacht?" Because it was his wife's birthday. And I know Albert Wall very well, and he has a yacht. So we go out, I take Donna, my head cook, and a SCAD student to serve, and we go out, and when we get on the yacht, my SCAD student says, "Oh, can we have our picture made with Tom Hanks?" I said, "Absolutely not, we're professionals here." Well, after the dinner, Tom Hanks came down in the galley and said, "Would y'all come up? I'd like to have my picture made."
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I still have the picture. Well, then he invited us to the set the next day. And he was sitting on the bench, and when we walked in, he said, "Oh, stop, everybody, these are the people that catered for me last night."
Tell us about the cookbook that you published years ago.
I think it's almost 20 years ago. That was done by SCAD. SCAD had published a cookbook earlier with like 6 cooks or chefs, and I was one of them, and I sort of got the most attention. So SCAD asked me to do a book, and it was great fun and a lot of hard work, because, you know, I'd say to my staff, "What are the measurements for the sauce for the tomato sandwiches?" "Oh, I don't know, you throw the..." So I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and try to figure out
the recipe.
Because when you write a cookbook, it has to be written on an 8th grade level. And so a lot of that book was wonderful. And it still is.
And what is the name of it?
Susan Mason Silver Service.
40 years in, and as you mentioned, people ask you about retiring. You are not thinking about retiring. What keeps you so inspired 40 years into this business?
Well, I think my relationships with my clients, with my staff. You know, I get up every day and I have a purpose. And I don't play cards, and I don't play tennis, and I don't read. So, as my doctor says, make catering your hobby.
Exactly.
So that's where we are today.
But that's probably why you look so great, because you're following. You really did follow your passion, and so and look at the roads that it's taken you down.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a great career. I just can't believe it's been 40 years.
I know, it goes by so fast.
It goes by so fast.
So tell me this: there are a lot of people out there who probably they're seeing this polished, poised woman who has been everywhere and done everything. Would you mind sharing some of the challenges that you faced building this business, and maybe give them a little few tips too?
Well, you know, first of all, you've got to be fearless.
Yes, there are a lot of people who are watching now who want to be you when they grow up. Could you share any advice for them getting started?
Well,
some tips, some nuggets.
Every day somebody comes up to me and says, I want to be you when I grow up. And I always say, it looks a lot better than it really is. I think my advice would be have confidence, you know, just get out there and start.